I think we kind of just knew what they're going to do. They probably knew what we were going to do as well, but we are just very confident on our strategy going into this. And in the end, I feel like our players are more comfortable playing the games. I could feel they had a lot of clutch moments.
Today was the LEC Season Finals 2024, and I am in the presence of two very special gentlemen today because I have the two on-stage coaches of G2 Esports. I have Dylan Falco and Rodrigo himself as well. And what a match against Fnatic today. I mean, it is the Classico, right? You guys are pretty used to beating Fnatic by now, but tell me about it. Like, how did you feel about this match? Did it go as you expected as well?
I think it kind of went as expected in that we won. We've grown pretty confident here in Europe. We've won a lot of times, and we have a good track record against Fnatic. I feel like we probably only showed and won with one type of game, one strategy. A lot of the drafts had different champions, but they're a bit similar, so that I did not expect. But yeah, it was a good day, for sure.
I think we kind of just knew what they're going to do. They probably knew what we were going to do as well, but we are just very confident on our strategy going into this. And in the end, I feel like our players are more comfortable playing the games. I could feel they had a lot of clutch moments, and a lot of times I feel like Fnatic was stressing out too much about sides, and we were just playing the game normally. So it went very well. I'm very happy.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, after the loss to Madeline's Koi at the start of the season finals, a lot of people were doubting G2, but obviously now you're here and you're claiming yet another trophy again. So, I mean, I want to ask quickly, were there any doubts that you guys were still going to take the season finals at any point, or was it just something you thought you were going to do?
No, I think we always just knew we were better. Mm-hmm. I believe coming into Madeline's, we had an idea that we could try some AP mids and some more engage-oriented comps. And we figure out, well, this is not really working. We can just come back to other different style that, as you saw on the last 2 days, was just pretty much AP jungle, Caps playing to scale, and then we kind of just won. And it was very good for us in scrims as well. So we just had an idea against Mad Lions. We also had no clue what they would bring to us, right? Because they had like 1 month or something that they could just prepare for us. So, but I think we just never had a doubt. They were just very well prepared that day. We really didn't know what they're gonna do. But after that, I feel like it was very easy for us.
I mean, in any case, it's been a very fun season, very long season as well. So just want to know as well, because now you're going to be heading into Worlds, but you still have a few weeks, especially since you're in the Swiss stage already. So what are the plans just in the next few weeks as well, like for G2 Esports in general? I know the players must be pretty tired as well, right? So, and are you as well tired as well? Because obviously your coaches, you're not like on stage, but you still do so much work, like preparing for the draft and the matchups and everything. So do you get tired as well?
We definitely go like months at a time with very few days off in order to win these championships. This year was extra stressful. There was an extra international tournament into our summer split cycle. So yeah, it was hard to find the time. So yeah, we were going to take maybe like a week off. Not too much time off actually, but we're going to take enough time that we can rest and recover and start kind of work on the new patch. Yeah, it's definitely a skill to be able to maintain it throughout the year, but I don't know, Worlds to me is the most exciting, so even after a few days I'll probably already want to get back to preparing because it's Worlds, right?
And I guess for you as well, I have a follow-up question actually, because I think preparing patch is one of your specialties, right? So what are you going to be doing to prepare for Worlds as well in terms of all the strategies?
I mean, my job regarding patch preparation is trying to find a lot of outliers and bring it up to the team and seeing how he could fit on our strategy as well. Gwen, for example, is one of them. Unfortunately, he failed both games, so I'm a bit sad about it. But that's how we prepare. We just try to find outliers and how they can integrate in our strategy as well, right? It doesn't matter if the champion is just OP, but it's not something is very just good for us. So we need to be able to find both, and that just comes a lot from data, right? And that's where I come in.
And otherwise, I mean, I talked to Hans Hammer just yesterday after the Madeline's Koi match, and he told me in an interview that he believed that you guys were still like closer to like 60% of your full power at the moment. I just want to ask, like, in general, do you agree with this? And I mean, do you think you're going to be able to get it to 100% as well for Worlds?
Hans likes to speak about things like it's an anime. I'm convinced he's just an anime character transplanted into real life. He will always say like, "This is my weakness. This is the one thing that can counter me. I feel like, or I don't know." He speaks like an anime character, so I'm not surprised he said we're only at 60% power exactly. I think we're pretty good this weekend. I would put us above 60% for sure. Obviously, the goal of this team has always been Worlds. So we will try to get to above 100% for Worlds.
And I mean, aside from this, obviously you're going to be going to Worlds now, and there's going to be a lot of very strong teams that you have to face. Maybe TES as well are going to be on your way again. Yeah. Do you have any opponents in particular that you want to take down when you go to Worlds?
For me, it's always T1, just because G2 T1 is the rivalry that I like the most in League of Legends, even when I was not on G2. It's always the answer I give in an interview. Say it again. Yeah, hope we can play them. Other than that, just hope to make a run, right? Beat any team you beat at Worlds is always an accomplishment.
I mean, I have two. For me, the most special one will be Genji because the aura they have right now and everyone speaks about it. So I really want to just go there and beat them. That would be very nice. And the second one for me would be if the Brazilian team makes it out of play-ins. I really want to play them. It's just very special for me. So I hope they make it and we can play against each other.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, aside from Worlds in general and stuff, the LEC at this point, we could probably maybe like rename it to like the League of Legends EMEA Caps Championship or something. Do you guys think that there's going to be anyone that can ever like contest Caps or like G2 in general for a championship? Because it seems like it's almost too easy for you guys at this point. Like, are we ever going to have some competition in Europe?
I hope so, of course. I'm always a fan of like the young European talent teams. I think there's a bunch of very strong players coming up next year into the LEC. I think this is one of the good years as far as potential rookies and roster building for next year. So we'll just have to see how it works out.
Yeah, I think right now a lot of people are just trying to figure out how to beat us, and that's very nice for us to be able to just keep winning, right? Being on the top is good, but being able to just continue on the top is more important and harder, and being able to win six in a row.
I think so, yeah.
I think it was 6 in a row. It was a very good achievement, and I'm very proud of it because a lot of metas come and go, and we need to find a way to make it work, you know. And I'm very proud we made it work.
Yeah. And just lastly, I think obviously like today we saw, especially against Fnatic, the thing that came the most crucial for you guys was probably the difference in macro. I think because you guys have developed this a lot, especially with Duffman as well. We heard like especially with like side laning and stuff. But what do you think is like the one weakness that you guys still have to work on, and like the thing that you need to push forward for Worlds as well?
Probably just the relationship between strong side and weak side when it comes to early game. I feel like sometimes we're just giving up too much on weak side, or we play in a way where someone's just going to be behind in the game. And I think that against very, very good teams can be a bit more of a struggle because that person that we make ahead as a trade ends up taking over. So I think having a way to play the full map early game, I would say, is probably the one weakness I would say we have.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it would probably be related to when we reach a lot and try to create plays that don't exist when the game is good. I think if we chill out a bit, we're probably going to be better. So,
yeah, fair enough. And yeah, aside from this, just do you have any? I mean, you talked earlier as well about like the upcoming rookies, maybe next year as well. But speaking of it, I think a lot of people are talking about Calist at the moment as well. Do you have any other names as well that you're keeping in your radar and stuff in general?
No one in particular.
No one in particular. All right. I mean, you don't want to leak the future potential talent as well. Fair enough. All right. Well, in any case, do you have any words as well for just G2 fans in general? Because they must be pretty happy, obviously, after this win. But you still have a big challenge ahead of you for Worlds as well. So anything for the fans?
Yeah, I'm just very glad we have this support, right, coming to the arena and feeling that this arena is our side and just screaming, let's go G2 and stuff like that. It feels very amazing. So I'm very grateful about them and the way that they just come here, travel from all across Europe just to watch us and support us. I'm very, very happy about it, and we're gonna do our best at Worlds to represent you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Well, in any case, thank you very much for you both for talking with us today. It's an honor, and also just it was a fun match overall to watch as well. So hopefully we'll get to talk again soon for Worlds. And yeah, for now, I wish you a good night. And